Thank you, Phyllis. That was a Phyllis original, Prayer of the Heart. Thank you so much, Phyllis, for sharing your gifts and talents with us. Today, we're doing another Ricky Byers original called I'm Choosing Heaven. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing kindness today. I'm choosing kindness today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing kindness today. I choose acceptance today. I choose acceptance today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I choose acceptance today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. Well, that's one of our themes, is that we have choice. And so we're going to continue that by reminding us that it's our choice to choose how we're going to experience this moment right now. Today, I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today, I choose to be grateful, grateful. Today, I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful. Today, I choose to be peaceful, peaceful. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. Today, I choose to be loving, so loving. Today, I choose to be loving, loving. Today, I choose to be joyful, so joyful. Today, I choose to be joyful, joyful. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. It's all up to me. Today, I choose to be playful, so playful. Today, I choose to be playful, playful. Today, I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today, I choose to be grateful, grateful. To be grateful, grateful. To be grateful, grateful.
Woo! Thank you, music team. Feeling grateful. Please join me in affirming our statement of being. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe, God, the good, omnipotent. This power expresses life, love, wisdom, and abundance through me. In it, I live and move and have my being. Good morning. My name is Daveta, and I'll be your service leader today. Welcome to Unity of Bloomington live streaming service. We extend a special welcome to those of you who are participating in our online service this morning for the first time. You can find us both on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button. You can find the links to our streaming services on both of these platforms, as well as the homepage of our website, unityofbloomington.org. You can also sign up for our newsletter while you're exploring the website. At Unity, we offer practical, spiritual teachings that empower abundant and meaningful living. We are a center for spiritual growth, and we provide inspiration, tools, and practices that support people on their path of spiritual growth. Please join me in this call and response. I'll say the first part, and you respond with the second. God is absolute good, everywhere present. God is. We have a spark of divinity within us, the Christ Spirit within. Our very essence is of God, and therefore we are also inherently good. I am. We create our experience of life by the activity of our thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought. I create. Prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God-mind and therefore brings forth wisdom, wholeness, prosperity, and everything good. I pray. Through thoughts, words, and action, we live the truth we know. I live. I'd like to invite Ginger Curry up for our moment with the children.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. So, hi. How have you been this week? So you now have one full week under your belt of school. And so I want to ask you, how did it go? How did it go for you? What was that experience like? Did you keep your eyes open and your mind full of curiosity, like we talked about last week? I do hope so. So as you reflect back on your week, because it is Sunday and we're starting a new week tomorrow, I want you to think through maybe some experiences that you maybe would like to go better the next time around. And for this week, as you start your new week of your probably second and a half week of school, let's put some intentions or some goals out there of how do you want to experience this next week. So what could it be? Could it maybe be that you navigate your Zoom classes or however you're interacting with your teacher more easily and gracefully, that you become a pro at it? Maybe that's what you like to experience. Or maybe you would just like to tell yourself that, Ginger, as I go through my day, my mind is going to stay focused, and I'm going to keep interested in the things that are happening in the class. Or maybe it's, I'm going to make sure that I get enough sleep so that I don't get tired through my classes. So today, what we can do is we can set those goals so that they're in place as we step in to our next week of learning and of adventure. So I want to wish you a wonderful week. I hope you learned something new, and if you do, feel free to share it with me either on Facebook, or you can even write me an email if you would like. Well, you'll have, it's gingercurry@gmail.com. You asked your mom and dad to write that down for you, or your human, your older human that's in your house. Ask them to write that down for you and send me an email. Tell me what you learned this week, and I'll see you next week. So we're going to sing to you.
We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We behold the Christ.
Now, this is just a reminder that our children's moment is for our children, but also for those of us who are children at heart. So if you have learned something new this week as well, and you are an adult, I am sure Ginger would love to hear about that also. Our August 2020 theme is acceptance, and Unity's 2020 theme is perfect vision, seeing through a spiritual lens. This month, we focus on experiencing acceptance as we release resistance. Acceptance brings peace. Relinquish control, embrace uncertainty, and take comfort. Guided by wisdom and discernment, we know when and how to act. We're flexible and adaptable, accepting, and free of resistance. We affirm the highest good as we accept life's changing experiences. And girl, they do change. Please join me in claiming this truth as our own. Together, I release resistance and experience acceptance. For the announcements, I'd like to highlight that briefly following the end of this service, we have a wonderful opportunity to connect virtually with the rest of our community. It starts at 11:30, and it's our virtual Unity Cafe. If you are joining us by Facebook today, Reverend Lynn will be putting a link to that, to how to connect by Zoom in the chat. If you're joining by YouTube, then if you go to unityofbloomington.org and just scroll down on the page, you'll see a little scene that has a teacup. And there is a blurb about this virtual community connection. Just click on that, and on the next page, click on the word Zoom, and that will open Zoom for you. And this is a skill set that all of us are learning and finding to be so critical in these times. And we welcome any and all to join us in that virtual community. And now for the daily word. The word for today is inner peace. The affirmation is, the peace of God fills my mind, my heart, and my life. Take a moment wherever you are just to get comfortable in your seat. Allow the seat to accept the weight of your body, and then gently lift through your heart and your head, and breathe as we listen to these words. Quiet moments in a fragrant garden, a stroll by a lake or a stream, or a visit to any place of beauty inspires a deep awareness of peace. I also enjoy peace in the company of friends, those with whom I have easy camaraderie and deep bonds. Growing in spiritual awareness, I claim inner peace wherever I am. True inner peace comes from deep within me. If I'm feeling less than peaceful, I pause and breathe out worry, fear, and unhealthy concern. Giving my full attention to the divine presence within me, I breathe in peace that soothes my emotions, calms my thoughts, and relaxes my body. I continue to inhale peace and exhale concern. I move forward with renewed clarity and confidence. From Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3, those of steadfast mind you keep in peace because they trust in you. Now we'll join together in speaking the affirmation aloud. Together, the peace of God fills my mind, my heart, and my life, And now repeat it to yourself silently. The peace of God fills my mind, my heart, and my life. The message today will be provided by Lemuel Watson, and our Unity music team will be providing the musical inspiration.
What would I do if I knew I could not fail? If I believed with the wind always fill up my sail, how far could I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me.
If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way.
What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave?
What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would we're all meant to do? What we're secretly dream? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave?
If I refuse to listen to the voice of fear with the voice of courage whisper in my ear. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave?
Ooh, doesn't that song just make you feel like you can do anything? It's my honor to introduce Dr. Lemuel Watson, who will be speaking with us today. I'm so happy to be able to introduce him. I know him to be a person fueled by curiosity and excited to hear him speak on this big and timely topic of divine order. A little bit about Dr. Watson. Dr. Lemuel W. Watson is Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Multicultural Affairs, but that's not all. Provost Professor of Education, but that's not all. And Senior Scientist at the Kinsey Institute at Indiana University. He has a commitment to leave the world better than how he's found it. He has a genuine love for those he meets and is curious to get to know them in a real way. His Southern roots are deep and wide, yet he has a passionate love for the Midwest and other parts of the world that has helped shape his perspective on life. He moves about the world as an educator, advocate, leader, minister, poet, and collaborator with a variety of individuals and groups. He believes there's no separating life into compartments, but that each day and all experiences help one to become fully awake. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Lemuel W. Watson.
Well, thank you very much. I want to say that I've been watching this team online, and what a phenomenal team this is, and what graciousness and power and energy that we continue to receive even in our homes and watching you. So thank you for your grace, for your power, for your love every day. So yes, the theme of our church is vision and divine order and getting to choose. And so this topic to me this morning was really loaded. The divine order of things, release and accept. It is all in divine order. We've all said that at times in our lives, and that's loaded this day and age. And so one of the things that I'm very mindful of is if I say it's in divine order, it's immediately taken out of context and it gets to be a little political. But I have to remember my calling and my purpose is greater than the things that happen in this world every day. It's a higher calling, I think, when we say it's in divine order, to share our wisdom with the world and to have courage, to be brave, to claim that every day. Also, sometimes when I say that phrase, I feel like I'm being a little shallow, just using it as a platitude instead of really embracing the full scope of it during the day. So what is divine order? Really, it means it is the order of the law of the universe. There is a divine and perfect order to all of our life. To me, divine order is asking what is mine to do through prayer, then trusting and releasing and knowing that it will take place. I was reading an article about a week ago about the Hubble Heritage Team, and the title of it was "The Human Species is Ever Changing, and so is our view of the universe." It is easy to laugh at the ancient humans, it says, who thought of the nighttime sky as a sort of cosmic calendar. But the idea made an intuitive kind of sense. In the evening, a gigantic bowl with thousands of pinprick holes is inverted over the earth, or so the thinking went. The sun, suspended above it all, streams through in a brilliant scattering of starry points. Over this century, we slowly come to a clearer understanding of the structure and workings of the universe, thanks to the birth of the telescope and the steady accumulation of knowledge. In essence, it was like everything was planned and in divine order. The good, the bad, the successes, and the failures all led us to a moment this day and age where we understand the universe, how it is. Let's look at it another way. We are aware of this time and the challenges that we're facing, be it pandemic with COVID, racial issues, political issues, and ideologies. We're faced and we're conscious of this moment. In a few decades or centuries, we would have been just a moment in time. It does not matter how challenged you feel by these pandemics and events of today. In other words, this tension, this raise in consciousness, the utter awareness of finally seeing each other is not out of order. And it does not matter which side of the aisle you fall upon, or if you like the current conditions or not. All things will be reviewed and revealed in time. Again, this is where my ego, self, tries to protect my spiritual and my essence, true self, from getting into trouble when I say these kinds of things. My ego tries to stop me from standing in the pure light and the truth of the fact that people will think I'm crazy when I say, even today is in divine order. So again, this is a precursor to thinking about today's message. You must have faith with a blind knowing and trusting and believing that all is well. This does not mean for you to be passive, to ignore the instinct and spirit that is within you for action. Faith is action. To exercise faith, you must put it in action. Otherwise, it is dead. James 2:14 clearly tells us, "What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister is naked and destitute of daily food, and one says to them, 'Depart in peace, be warm and filled,' but you do not give them the things which are needed for the body, what does it profit?" Thus, faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. So, I am asking you today to keep an open mind with this message and to believe that all things are possible through your works, your faith, and believe in the divine. Said another way is, all things are possible with God. My colleague Ginger Curry gave us a wonderful message back in January when we, way back when we could all get together. And she talked about focused vision. And she introduced us to Paul Hasselbeck's book. And that book was titled Heart Center Metaphysics, A Deeper Look at Unity Teaching. And that Sunday, Ginger gave us a powerful message about all sorts of divine. And she mentioned 4 things: divine mind, ever-present spirit, oneness, one mind, God, source. Divine will is that each person ultimately reveals and expresses Christ, our divine potential. Divine plan is how each person decides to go about bringing forth and developing and expressing the divine will. And divine guidance is supportive flow of the divine mind, ever-present spirit, our oneness. So, divine order, what is it? What does it mean? Well, according to Unity's metaphysical definition, the divine idea of order is the idea of adjustment. Notice I said of adjustment. And as this is established in the individual's thought, his or her mind and affairs will be at one with the universal harmony. Again, notice the word adjustment there. Adjustment then, is the arrangement of thought according to the divine order of the Christ mind, a bringing of one's consciousness into exact correspondence with God, perfect harmony in heaven. Charles Fillmore wrote in his Mysteries of Genesis, "Order is the first law of the universe. Indeed, there could be no universe unless its various parts were kept in perfect harmony." The divine order of things encourages us and propels us to release and accept that there is one presence and one power moving in and through us in divine and perfect order. So as you experience this week and the months to come, reflect on how you move through your life. If you really think about it, at those moments when you really needed something, an answer, a person, it shows up just in time. As I reflect back on my life, I like to say that I experience many miracles, but every day I experience many miracles, M-I-N-I. And I can tell you this week, I was on a challenge Zoom call, and just as I got off, one of my past colleagues wrote to me and said, "Dean Watson, remember your purpose." And it couldn't have been better. It couldn't have been any better than if God himself would have said, "Remember, my son, who you are." So, it is this intelligent system that you're part of that arises from an infinite, invisible life force that flows through everyone and everything. If you trust in that invisible force, the divine, God, Holy Spirit, Allah, look back at all the circumstances again, the bad and the good that has happened in your life, and you will see how it all perfectly fell into place at the right time, the right persons coming into your existence for that purpose. I like to also tell folk when I mention this, and they, in all that I could be gullible and naive with what's happening in the world today, I like to often tell them, when I look in the mirror and accept the challenges, the mistakes of the person who's looking back at me, and love that person, I know there is a divine order, and I know there is a higher power that I can 100% lean on and trust. And I'm reminded also every day, without divine order, we are destined to repeatedly pursue attractive pathways that will only lead us to dead-end busyness, unsatisfied, unfulfilled lives. The quality of your being is shaped by your choices. And we've heard a lot today about choices. What you do and what you don't do shape your becoming. Doing isn't better than not doing, though in our hyper-driven world, we sometimes confuse action with wisdom and spirit, or at least surrender it the high moral ground. Wisdom lies in discernment and choosing what's yours to do at any given moment. Divine order is precise and fluid. There is a perfect shape for your life at every stage of your life. And this shape is flexible and large enough to express itself in many different forms. This means that you get to choose how your life will unfold. If that power to choose scares you, if you're afraid of making the wrong choices, and paralyzed by the responsibility of making the right choice. That's part of the journey too. When you're standing in a maze of choices, bewildered, overwhelmed, not knowing which path to take, attuned to the divine order. It drums and vibrates underneath the confusion. As steady and readily as your heartbeat and your breath, it is with you. Divine Audacity by Linda Whitsitt gives us this quote and these words: "By the power of order, I follow the clear path. I go through the open door. I choose an orderly course of thought and action. I bring about my moment and order my moments by my choices." What do you become when you embrace the divine in yourself? How does it feel when you embrace the divine intuition and consciousness that you experience? Are you still enough to know and to hear that voice? What evidence should be found in our lives to give indication that we are walking in divine order? I have 5 things that I would like to share that I am always reminded of. A life with divine order will walk with a heart that is moldable and flexible. A life with divine order will work with a heart that is meek. A life with divine order is still, reflective, and obeys instinct and intuition. A life of divine order has the courage to follow its purpose, even if the path seems lonely and unexplored. What would I do if I were brave? A life with divine order will be at peace in the midst of chaos, while standing boldly and fighting for justice. Each step you take reveals the next. Each step you take also brings you everything you need to take the next step. The right support, the right allies show up at the right time and in perfect order. By orienting yourself to the pulse of the divine order, your soul regains its power to open the pathway through which miracles enter your life for releasing your worries and trusting God while you do your best every single moment and day. God bless you, and so it is.
Now we'll prepare for meditation by singing I Am.
In my life,
Let us start our meditation with taking a deep breath, getting comfortable in whatever space you're in. Let us also just give thanks for this wonderful breath that we've been given, therefore this wonderful life. Although the world may not be the way that we want it to be, we must always ask ourselves, what is my duty to do for myself, for my family, for my community, for my world, for God? How wonderful it is to know that we are loved. We're in a divine plan, and we co-create our world. Let us send out into the world love, healing, peace. We have that power to command mountains to move. Use your courage to speak truth into the world and healing into this world. As spiritual beings, we should not forget what our purpose is. So as you breathe in and breathe out, taking a moment to notice the summer flowers and birds and skies. When is the last time you've given yourself the stillness and the peace to reflect on how your life is part of the divine order? So we're just going to take a moment and be so grateful. Just a minute to reflect in silence, to be grateful.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
So much to be grateful for in this community, and thank you to Dr. Lemuel Watson for his lesson today. Lots to take away from that and to think about and to practice in the next week. And of course, if you learn anything new, send an email to Ginger.
Yes, please do.
We now turn to the spiritual practice of generosity. We are grateful for the many ways this center supports us in our spiritual growth, and we in turn are happy to support this center with our financial contributions as well as our voluntary service. We are also grateful to those who have already put in place automatic weekly, monthly, or quarterly giving. Today, if you feel led to give, please visit our website at unityofbloomington.org and click on the giving link. You can also place a check in the mail. Our mailing address is 4001 South Rogers Street, Bloomington, Indiana 47403. I invite you to place your hands over your heart as we say our abundance affirmation. Together, I am an abundant being living in an abundant universe. God is the source of my supply. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
Let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day affirm and pray how I'm blessed with everything I have. It's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. What my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know that I just let go, and I have all that I ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax,
all is well.
And now we bless the offering received with these words together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And now I'd like to invite our prayer partner this week, Ginger Curry, to close the service.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you, Andy, Seb. Thank you, Dr. Lem. And thank you, Phyllis. And thank you, Dan and Betsy. And at home, thank you for watching. And thank you, Reverend Lynn, for being our greeter. Oh. And thank you, Dave. It takes a village. I just want to let everyone know that I got the opportunity to visit a little with Glenn Moulton. Many of you know Glenn. He and Deb moved to Florida a couple years ago, and were coming back and visiting us. And then they finally moved to Florida. And a few months ago, Deb made her transition. And a couple of weeks ago, we had a Zoom celebration. And it was beautiful to find some closure there, and it was also beautiful that Glenn is doing his whirlwind trip around visiting family now, and he stopped by here in Bloomington because, let's face it, this is home for a lot of people. Even if you're not here anymore, this is still home. So always know that you're always welcome. No matter if you move away, please know that you're always welcome to come back. But just know that Glenn is doing really well, and he wanted to let everyone know that he loves us and he misses us, and that he hopes to see us again when we are meeting in person. So just know that who we are and the connections that we have not stopped. They're continuing to reach out to people over the interwebs, over, just even when I think of someone, know that that energy of that thought goes to that person, just like a prayer. So I am your prayer partner. Let me bring it back around to prayer. What are you saying?
I was saying like a prayer.
Oh, but bringing it back to prayer, that if you have a prayer request that you'd like to share and have someone hold with you, or if you'd like to celebrate something, or if you would just like to share something you learned this week, please email me at gingercurry@gmail.com, and I'd love to connect with you. And so we're going to close our service today with the love prayer. So let's hit it. We give thanks for the light that fills us, the love that enfolds us, the power that heals us, and the presence that guides us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now let's sing the peace song. So join us. Fill our hands reaching out to you as we sing this together.